Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Talk Your Talk Radio. I am your host, Keon Mack. I am rolling dolo solo tonight. Uh, don't know where the hell my partner is. Nigga shit. Sure, we'll get a good excuse. Anyway, we have a couple of things coming up. We got Talk Your Talk headlines. We also got the Celebrity Empire, which we get all the celebrity news from. And we also got my social media. And of course, Hoosiers Dumbest Criminals. Some fun facts at that. So y'all just stay tuned to that type of stuff. I don't know. It's been a crazy week. It's been pretty chilly outside, but not as chilly. This is the good chill. This is the chill before the winter. This is that, wear a nice little light jacket so you don't get sick. Put the sweatpants back on, wear the high top shoes, high top tennis, whatever your choice is. I actually wore my brand today. I went out to Costco's out in Avon, and it's something about Costco's chicken. Everything they got that's chicken is just fucking delightful. I love it. Like, when I put it in the oven, it makes me feel like I'm a great fucking chef. So, shout out to Costco's and they fucking chicken, yo. They got some good muffins, too. I don't know what the fuck I just ate a few minutes ago, but it was a good muffin that my oldest picked out with some type of cream on top and some sliced apples, cinnamon apples or some shit. I don't know, but it was fucking good. Shout out there, Costco's. Y'all need to pay me if I'm going to be talking so great about y'all. Just bullshitting. Shout out to John Cena. John Cena is following Talk Your Talk headlines, Talk Your Talk Radio. This is Mac Network. He's supporting it all. I only got 3 fucking followers on that page. I barely, advertise it, but for John Cena to follow me, I think that's a good start. So, shout out to John Cena, the GOAT. That's right. He followed me. He's the fucking GOAT. I love John Cena. He's the greatest of all time. I don't care who loves it. I don't care. I'm a fucking part of C Nation now. Anyway, man. So, we're going to jump on into Talk Your Talk headlines, which right now, that's going to be featuring former NFL player Sergio Brown. Now, for some of you who don't know, Sergio Brown was arrested in Southern California in connection with the death of his mother. Sorry about that. Authorities said that he's tried to re-enter the United States from Mexico just weeks after the 73-year-old woman was found dead behind her suburban Chicago home. The search for Brown began after Myrtle Brown's body was found September 16th near a creek in Maywood, about 12 miles west of Chicago. Relatives, they all said that they haven't seen Sergio or his mother, Myrtle Brown, for a while. And the medical examiners also ruled the death a homicide and determined that she was injured during the assault. During this time, Sergio Brown was nowhere to be found. Once he got wind of someone telling him that his mom passed, or they're hearing that his mom died or is dead or missing, he told them that it was fake news. This part right here really gets me. Why are you telling people? If you tell me something about my mother and I'm not quite sure and I haven't heard from her that day, I'm going to confirm that. But following her death, police began checking the authenticity of the Instagram videos. That appeared to show Sergio Brown discussing her death in a video posted September 18th, which her body was found on the 16th. This video was posted on the 18th to Instagram of him saying, or a man resembling Brown is saying that it was fake news about his mom's death. So either he really didn't know shit or he didn't want to know shit. But Brown, who's 35, he was detained Tuesday afternoon and booked into San Diego County Jail without a bail following the fugitive's arrest, record shows. So they already got him. They're unclear what the exact charges is, but the warrant is for his arrest is cited for first-degree murder, according to the news release from Maywood, Illinois police. So they're thinking the same shit I'm thinking, like something ain't right here. If relatives haven't seen you or your mother ends up dead, you end up out of the fucking States. And then when you hear about it or when someone's talking to you about it, you say, it's fake news. Man, I hope and pray you didn't do that. I hope it had nothing to do with any type of life insurance or anything like that. For some of y'all who didn't know, Sergio Brown has played in the NFL from 2010 to 2016. He played with New England Patriots. Yours truly, Indiana Colts, for you fucking Hoosier fans out there. And Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills. So, could money be getting real low? Could he be in desperate needs? I don't know. Let's just hope and pray that he really was out of the country, lost, and not knowing what was going on. Because to kill your own mother, especially in the black community, I don't hear that often. I don't hear of a child or an adult child killing their mother. A man killing his mom. Anyway, man, prayers up. Hopefully they find who did this and bring justice. So that's it for talkYOtalk headlines. We're about to head into Celebrity Empire where we get the news, man. Bruh. Don't do me like that. So, Celebrity Empire news right now. We're going to talk about someone. I really don't want to talk about someone. I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. And if you don't know who I'm talking about Jada Pinkett-Smith. I'm going to call her Miss Pinkett. I seen how she look, and she looked like Miss Pinkett. That's it. No Jada, no Smith, no hyphen. Just Miss Pinkett. And that's what I'm going to call her from now on until she get a Jada or a Smith back or a hyphen back in her fucking name. So, Miss Pinkett, she went on interviews and she's saying that her and her husband, Will Smith, aren't together romantically. She went on to say that she wasn't really ready to reveal and speak on it, the truth about her marriage. She said they're still trying to figure it out between the two of them and how to do this partnership thing. Regardless of how they present that to people, she explained, they haven't figured it out yet. They don't know what they're going to do. But they have been separate, living in separate homes. I would say they can afford it, but Will can afford it. She basically, when the question was asked, what caused the split? She said a lot of things. This is what Miss Pinkett said. A lot of things. I think by the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted with trying. That's what Miss Pinkett explained here. I think we both kind of just still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be. So let me guess. I mean, maybe Will wants you to be a little bit more effeminate, a little bit more sexy. He don't want Miss Pinkett. He want Jada. And I ain't talking about Jada. Mwah. Put your life on pause, no replay. I ain't talking about Jada. Not that Jada. I'm talking about he want Jada Pinkett hyphen Smith back. I don't know what the fuck he gonna do with Miss Pinkett. Because Miss Pinkett seems to drive every fucking body in her life that is close to her. You know what? I'm not even going to go on that rant right now. It's coming, but I'm not going to go on it right now. All right. So Miss Pinkett then explained that she thought about getting a divorce, but never went through with it. See, back then in 2016, that was Jada becoming Miss Pinkett. See, Miss Pinkett would already goddamn pull the plug on that motherfucker, and I think that's what she planning on doing, because Miss Pinkett has taken the fuck over. I'm sorry, but that's what happened. She said she made a promise that there, and when I say she, I mean Miss Pinkett, said she made a promise that there would never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise, she explained. Privately, the couple had not called themselves husband and wife for years. And they were living separately. We already went through all that. So during this time, when I guess the rumors were getting out there that Will and Miss Pinkett was getting a separation, Chris Rock, it went into his ear. And Chris Rock heard some shit. And Chris Rock was like, hey, Miss Pinkett, I heard something going on with y'all two. She said, who? You and Will. You know he ain't that funny, right? And Miss Pinkett said, boy, what do you want? He said, look, baby, let me take you out. Let me take you out. She said, how much you willing to spend? He said, how much for one rib? Just one rib. You sure look hungry. And Miss Pinkett said, look, me and Will are good. And he said, oh, my bad. I apologize. Now, this was before the bitch slap. This was before the bitch slap. He said, my bad. Now, Jada probably would have let that slide. But Miss Pinkett, she said, you know what? I think I need to tell my husband. Even though I'm still thinking about divorcing his ass, but let me go ahead and tell my husband. So she told her husband. Who is she? Miss Pinkett. Yeah, Miss Pinkett told Will Pinkett, this is what goddamn Chris Rock said to me. So he been probably wanting to smack the shit out of Chris for a long time. All over Miss Pinkett. Now, before Will Smith met Miss Pinkett, or met Jada at the time back then, he seemed like a holly golly just teenager who was just out there just having fun. That's what he seemed like. And of course, if you watch behind the scenes of The Fresh Prince and what the original Aunt Viv been saying, he seemed like he was an asshole. But on television, he seemed like he was just a goofy motherfucker. Even in his rap, he just seemed like a goofy guy having fun. Summertime, one of my favorite fucking summer theme songs. But if you watch the video, he's just goofing around. And soon as he got into it with this lady, when he got into it with this lady, and when it finally happened, when she realized he ain't Tupac, she said so many times through these interviews that her soulmate is Tupac. She always felt like that was her soulmate. I said, oh, shit. And you've told him that. You told Will that. Miss Pinkett, you've told Will, no, Tupac is my soulmate. And Will Pinkett over there thinking, I'm your soulmate. He said before that he felt like he was competing against someone who's dead. Man, Will looks so... They took a picture. It was like a family picture. I think they were at an award show or something. It could have been, the Academy Awards or something. But he had this smile, but when you look into his eyes, all you seen was hurt, depression. You seen sadness. You seen, I don't know what to do, and I don't know if I can continue to do this. If you ever been in love before and they're out there having fun doing them and you sitting there just fucking hurt, that's what it seemed like he's going through. But now let's count up the bodies. I just realized. Now, let me turn this down a little bit because I just realized something, y'all. And I want y'all to just kind of flow with me on this one, okay? So, everything that goes in or out of Miss Pinkett Puss comes out to be kind of weird, right? Let's think about it. From where I see right now, from the things that I've been reading, from what I know, it seemed like she wants attention off of other people famous around her. Right? I mean, think about it. Now, Will Smith, you already see the hurt in his eyes. You already seen some of the crazy. He just don't seem like Will Smith anymore. He seemed like someone who's going through some mental problems. And if you look at August Alsina, what is his name? The singer. He was just perfectly fine too until we heard he fucked her. And then he went fucking crazy. He was in the news for having mental issues and breakdowns. And Willow and Jaden, don't let me fucking get started there. I think they're trying to do their best. I still see them as fucking kids, even though they're full-grown adults. But man, like, everything that goes in and out of that pussy is fucking, it came out a little more weirder. It's a perfectly known fact. And then she's doing all this shit with the interviews, and it's like you're beating up Will Smith. Oh, I've been wanting a divorce, but I just couldn't do it. And we're separate. We're not living. We haven't been husband and wife since I don't know when. Like, why? Of course, Will probably agreed that it's okay. You can talk about it because you got to sell your book, which is called Worthy. That's what it's called. Worthy. So y'all go pick up Miss Pinkett book named Worthy. Let me tell you, I don't think it's worthy getting in that puss. Not Miss Pinkett puss. Please stay away, young men, older men. And when I mean young men, to her, you got to be at least 45 and under. please stay away from Jada Pinkett's puss. Miss Pinkett puss is not the way to go. You're not going to come out the same. I don't know if it's some type of disease or if it's some type, or if her puss just that fucking good. Is it that fucking good? Once you get in, you just, oh, fuck. I don't ever want to leave again. Ever. So, yes, please, y'all, stay away from Miss Pinkett Puss. And then when you look at this book, everything is surrounded by, hey, you want to know what I felt about the smack? Get my book. I'll tell you how I felt about my husband going up there smacking Chris Rock. Oh, and Chris Rock also reached out to me. Oh, I can tell you more. Get my book. You know what? I miss Tupac. We were just meant for, he wanted me to marry him, and it's more in my book. Everything is surrounded by the famous people around Miss Pinkett. It's not surrounded around Miss Pinkett. Miss Pinkett is making it surround her, but nobody's worried about Pinkett. It's the people around her we want to know about. I do want to know what Will Smith feels, his honest truth. The fuck it, it's over. Let me share my fucking feelings. I want to know August Alstina Johnson, whatever the fuck his name is. I need him to talk. I need Willow and goddamn Jaden to say, you know what? Our house is fucked up, and let me tell you why. And sometimes they throw little shit out there over the years. We've seen it. They threw little shit out there saying that shit's fucked up. You know, but oh well. There you go, Miss Pinkett. Unworthy. Sorry, worthy. Y'all go ahead and pick up her books. I ain't gonna tell y'all when it come out because I don't give a fuck. Anyway, stay away from Miss Pinkett Puss. That's the fucking slogan of the day. Stay away from Miss Pinkett Puss. We got my social media coming up, y'all. And right there, we're going to talk about a little bit of Birdman and Joe Buttons. They still going at it. And a tiny bit of Drake. So, y'all go ahead and stay tuned, man. We'll be right back. Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And my social media is coming up right now. And what we're about to talk about is a couple of people homeboys. Birdman. Birdman and Joe Buttons, they had a couple of words over the past couple of, I'll say about a week or two. I'll give it a week and a half or so. But Birdman, he basically jumped in to defend Drake. If you don't know what we're talking about, Drake had replied back to Joe Buttons because Joe Buttons, you know, he liked the album, the new album for all the dogs by Drake. He likes it. He just, you know, it's not what he would consider a classic or near a classic album. It wasn't real rap. It wasn't real Drake. It wasn't what Drake should, I guess, should have, evolved into. You know, he says that it seemed like Drake is rapping to young girls and young guys, young fans, the social media and streams. And he felt like Drake, being the 37-year-old that he is, or about to be 37-year-old that he is, he was more wishing that he would kind of rap to those around his age. And Joe Budden is more closer to the age than the age that he's rapping towards, according to Joe Buttons. So, Birdman jumped in and he said, hey, man, you're not even built like that. You know, he's telling Joe, just chill out. You're not built like that, man. You know, keep it music. Leave it alone. Don't fuck with Drake, Drizzy. So then Joe Budden comes back and he's like, look, man. Well, let me get to the part with Drake. Drake basically was talking about how much of a failure Joe Budden was as a rapper, as an artist in the music game. He's talked about, you know, Joe Budden, his housing, basically saying he got cheap homes or whatever, and he's bragging about him flying on, you know, the newest private jets. He started flaunting this shit. He got his Birdman on. You know, Joe Budden's, Drake just was saying that Joe Budden's is not someone that you should take advice from, that you should care what they think about because he was a failure. No one remember the number that he wore in the game. They didn't hang up his jersey when he retired. I mean, Drake went in. Joe Budden's, he came and said, look, I have no beef with Drake. He just don't like he don't like how the album was. And I get that. Joe Biden's been the same guy since I used to follow him on Blog TV. It's the same guy. And that, you know what you're getting. He's been an asshole on there. He's an asshole now, but he was an honest asshole. So shout out to Joe Budden, man. Keep doing your thing right there. Birdman replied and said, you know, he told Joe Budden to calm down. He started doubling down on his stance on protecting Drake at all costs. He said, calm down. He was actually at the Clubhouse session with Whack 100, where he addressed the recent back and forth between Drake and Joe Budden. He told Joe Budden to calm down. That's what Stunner said. I don't have no ill feelings with Joe Budden. I personally always respected Joe Budden. I don't have nothing ill about Joe Budden. But he can't play with the GOAT. He's talking about Drake. And if you playing with the GOAT, then you want a problem. If you want a problem, we'll give you a problem. On God, we'll give you one. Birdman, it sounds like Birdman's coming out that cave now. He's coming out hibernation. He's been gone too long. You know, he's stepping back up. And I'm wondering, is he stepping out now because BG's out? And, you know, at the BET Hip Hop Awards, we seen Juvie and Manny Fresh back together. All you need is Wayne and Turk. There we go. We got a whole Cash Money Millionaire tour, album, movie, soundtrack. Let's not go that far. But I see something happening, y'all. I think they're just using Joe Budden. I think he's just using it right now, just for the attention. And Joe's, you know, sucking it up to get that attention as well. He do podcasts, of course. Why the fuck not? So yeah, Joe Budden's kind of got a little mad because, you know, like I said, Drake was saying, who is he? Who is he to give advice and to talk about people's rap? So Joe Budden replied back, y'all right. I do get on here and talk a whole lot of shit. Some of it is not the friendliest to you artists, but be clear, to the kids that are confused out there, when I sit on this couch and talk, I speak from the position of one of the best rappers in the world at all times. I speak like that was out. You know, that's what I was. I speak like that's what I am. I speak like that's how I will always be. It's well documented what I do. I feel this way and speak this way because all the best rappers in the world have told me to my face. and when he says that, I believe, I believe Hove said something to him. I believe Jada probably talked to him. I believe a couple of people that we respect at the same time has told him, "Yo, you want a great," and you can't knock Joe for that. Lyrically, Joe he's up there. He's not the greatest, but I wouldn't take him lightly. I wouldn't underestimate him. He just didn't have hits. And we know hits is very hard to get out there, especially in those times. As good as Jadakiss was, he couldn't make hits. He can make some classic joints, some hood classics, but his biggest hits was Why. Him and who was that? John Hammond? No, what his name was? Fuck, I forgot his damn name. Anyway, but yeah, so Joe Budden's, I think he spoke number truth there. So I gotta lean more on Joe with this one right here. So, but big up to Birdman for stepping out and stepping up for his people. But calling Drizzy the GOAT, that's a topic for another day. So after that, y'all, we got Hoosiers Dumbest Criminals about to fucking come up here, man. Now, on this episode of Hoosiers Dumbest fucking Criminals, guess what we got? Ladies and gentlemen, for Hoosiers Dumbest Criminal, we got Creepy the Clown. Yes, Creepy the Clown. If you're wondering who he is, no, the circus was not in town. But in Muncie, Indiana, a professional wrestler goes by the name of Creepy the Clown was arrested for battery a 34-year-old autistic man after a brawl broke out in the Delaware County Fairground parking lots. Oh, and this wrestler just performed, by the way. It was dark outside, and court documents revealed that Michael, which is the creepy the clown of Muncie, was arrested on Tuesday and booked into Delaware County Jail under charges for battery and for endangered adult, a level 5 felony. According to the docs, the autistic man was attending a Indiana powerhouse wrestling show at the fairgrounds with his caretaker when security ended up having to move the pair due to a victim being loud and just cussing and, making a whole disturbance for some reason in the arena next to him, making people angry. While leaving a wrestling event, Creepy the Clown was accused and started attacking the special needs adult in the parking lot, elbowing him in the back of the head while reportedly yelling at him, saying, "You want to call somebody a bitch, call me a bitch." The autistic man reportedly struck back at Creepy the Clown and punching him in the face with a can of Coke. I don't know if that was a can of that good shit or a can of Coca-Cola. Let's go with Coca-Cola, though. But that was according to witnesses. So you have a fucking Creepy the Clown, a professional wrestler who's fighting a special needs autistic adult who attended a wrestling program with his caretaker. The guys beside him, the people beside him, was making all this noise and calling you all these bitches and making everyone angry. And you pick the one fucking person who was moved by security because he had special needs, and security guard did the right thing by saying, hey, we don't want this to get out of hand. I think he need to move over this side before one of these fans go crazy on this other heckling guy over here and want to whip his ass. So let's get him out of the way. And Creepy the fucking clown, the first guy he goes to in the parking lot is the fucking autistic guy. Oh, Creepy the clown, hope you have good taking them creepy ass showers in that creepy ass cell with your creepy ass cellmate. And late at night, probably creeping in your ass. All right? You fake ass crusty the crown motherfucker. Anyway, y'all, that is Hoosiers Dumbest Fucking Criminals. I tell you, man, this shit never fucking gets old. It's like every day you can find somebody doing some stupid ass shit. Anyway, what we got coming up next is Indies Urban News. And after that, we're going to probably send it on home. But Indies Urban News, what we're going to talk about today, and this is something that means a lot to me because it's happening often here in Indiana, specifically out east or sometimes out west. It's a bunch of killings. October 13th is the day that I'm speaking on it. And with those 13 days, 8 people were reported homicide victims. 8 people, including some juveniles, including some people under the age of 18. The majority of the people doing it are under the age of 18 or right around that age, 18, 19, 20. Attempted thief of a Kia leads to a deadly shooting on Indy's east side. IMPD is investigating a homicide after a man was found shot to death inside of a parked car in Indy's east side. Officers were first called to the 400 block of North Gladstone Avenue around 8:20 a.m. Friday, on report of a vehicle theft in process, they later found a male victim unresponsive inside of a parked vehicle. The man was pronounced dead on the scene. The investigation is still going, but it appears that the shooting victim was killed attempting to steal a parked Kia on Gladstone Avenue. The car owner, Miss Key, I'm not going to put her whole name out there, she said she was walking out of her home, ready to go to work, and she was shocked to see a man sitting in the driver's seat of her car. She said she saw the back of his neck and he was slumped over, so she thought that he was in the process of robbing her right then and there. So she ran back in the house and she called the police. When officers arrived, they said they found a wounded man in the car, which was the thief, with a screwdriver in his hand, shot to death. So far, it's not clear who is responsible for the death. Miss Key, the owner of the Kia, she said that she was overwhelmed right now. She just can't believe it. She never seen a dead body before. I thought he was asleep, but when the police took a while to get him, to get up or do anything, she realized, yeah, he can't be asleep. Either he's on drugs or he's dead. Police confirmed Key's story, but because the car owners cooperated fully and didn't shoot the man, IMPD says detectives are not sure who did. Now, let me tell you my theory. Now, what my co-host would have said was somebody was with him, accidentally shot him, and bailed on him. I can see that. Or maybe shot him, just because, some other shit, and bailed on him. I can see that. But now let me go ahead and throw one more theory in your head. And I'm going to read these facts first. So IMPD said thefts involving Kias have skyrocketed this year compared to last year. Through the end of September, okay? So the department has recorded 962 Kia thefts this year compared to 133 last year. Come on. That's like a whole fucking 829 extra fucking cars that was stolen. Is that right? I think that's right. I could be off. It's a whole lot of fucking cars. Okay. So my theory is this. I think he was robbing people on that street. Same night. He ran across this Kia after he broke into someone else's car. And while he was breaking into someone else's car, that somebody else was on their way out because they heard some shit. And when they found out, hold on, somebody just broke in my shit. Now, I think this happened late at night now. Just because he was found in her car at 8 something in the morning doesn't mean it just happened. I believe he was there late at night, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. And I think the person he probably just attempted to rob or did rob break into their car and took some things or whatever the case, or maybe this happened a week ago. I think this person caught up with him and shot him and left him there. The only way this person can get caught is if someone have some type of ring. What is that shit called? The ring, where they got the doorbell with the camera and all that shit. Or someone got some type of security camera footage. Or if this guy get caught with the gun and they trace it back to that bullet that killed this car thief. I mean, that's the only way. So I want to stick with my theory. We'll find out which one is the truth. Which one is it? But this is just ridiculous, man. It really is. It touches a nerve. We're losing too many people, and it's just stupid shit. Why are you out there stealing cars? Why are you out there stealing out of cars? You know you can get killed for that. As we just heard about. As I just read about. So yeah, we need to do something to change. And I would like to say if there's any, especially our men out there, females y'all listen to, but I'm really trying to reach my black brothers and sisters, like the black brothers mostly. If you see something, you see one, teach one. You see somebody on the urge of getting ready to get killed or locked up for the rest of their life, please teach them. Hell, these motherfuckers don't listen. Just try. Try. The shit is getting out of hand. Especially if you live right here in Indiana. How many kids got shot? How many kids are killed by straight bullets? Or because some dumbass left their gun just sitting in a drawer somewhere. How many teenagers we lost this year? How many teenagers that lost their freedom for the rest of their life this year? Shit, they gonna do what they do. Nah, man. They gonna do what they do because we doing what we doing. Not saying shit. Shit, I used to. Fuck that. You gotta try, man. These are our soldiers. Our soldiers weak make us weak. I ain't talking bank account weak. I ain't talking testosterone weak. I'm talking about weak as a race. Talking weak as a union. Weak as a family. Weakened warriors. Our army is weakened. And it seems like it just continues to do that. All the motherfuckers who should be, helping out, they strung out on drugs. They pill popping every fucking day. They leaning. They don't know what's going on. They don't give a fuck. Fuck the kids. They want to high. Like I said, man, you see one, teach one, man. Try to do that. Please. Anyway, is that about it? No, I think we got a few more things left. Indy's fun fact, right? Yeah, we still got Indy's fun fact coming up. Matter of fact, I'll get to that now. So, Indy's fun fact. Did y'all know that Indiana's home to the world's largest Christmas tree? You didn't know that? If you're skeptical at that, just know that this gigantic tree called the Circle of Lights in Indianapolis Sports, it has 52 strands of garland and a total of 4,784 lights. The tree has held that honor since 1962. So look at that fun fact for you fucking Hoosiers. Got the world's largest fucking Christmas tree right here in Hoosier fucking state there. Yeah, so that's what we got for y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Pen and the Pad. We got that coming for y'all, man. We're going to do Drake for all the dogs. And then after that, we're going to do some Offset. Set it off. I think that's going to be a good one. So y'all make sure y'all check on that, man. We got all that coming up for y'all. Listen in. We're going to see what all this shit Joe Budden's talking about. We're trying to get on there, y'all. We want to give y'all our opinion on these albums, okay? So we're going to give the Set It Off. We're going to give that a week. We're going to see the first week sales and all that shit. And then, we'll give that to y'all probably, next week or some shit like that, all right? Drake, we're going to try to put that out ASAP. All right, so, hey, man, besides that, Miss Pinkett Puss, please, for the love of God, if you're going to leave Will, leave that man alone. Let him find life in another strain because I'm fucking tired of it and you're making me depressed. Will, if you're listening, get over it. Leave the bitch alone. Slap me, motherfucker. For real. Sergio Brown, man, I'm praying for you, man. I hope you didn't do anything silly. I hope you ain't do nothing stupid, nothing unforgivable. Okay. And what else we talk about? Birdman, Joe Budden's, Drake. I don't need to hear no more of it. Hopefully it's done. It's settled now, unless you have Birdman on the fucking show. That would be a little bit more entertaining if you're going to spike it up a little bit. But if it's just going to be, Instagram messages and, talking shit from different platforms over the airwaves, I don't give a fuck anymore. So, yeah, go ahead and dead that shit. And Kia, please stay away from Kias. If Kia's going to be your first car and you live in fucking east or west of Indianapolis, stay the fuck away from it. Switch that shit to a Cadillac. Get a fucking Hyundai. Get something. Get a Nissan. Stay away from Kia. Unless Kia start actually sponsoring us, and then you go ahead and grab them motherfuckers. And if they steal it, bitch, buy it again. All right, y'all. I'm your host, Keon Mack, and this has been another episode of Talk Your Talk Radio, the podcast, also presented by This Is Mac Network. Please make sure y'all follow us on This Is Mac Network on YouTube. Make sure you follow us at This Is Mac Network on Facebook, Talk Your Talk on Facebook. Man, we're just out there. Go ahead and show us some love like John Cena did, who followed us on Twitter at Mac Presents on Twitter. Make sure you join us and follow us as well. I'm out this bitch, man. Same fucking time, same bullshit. It's your boy, and I'm out this bitch.